Rumors are that the DCEU is probably being rebooted. Now, this isn't too much of a surprise. A couple months ago, James Gunn was named the co-head of DC Studios, and he will be responsible for making the new DC cinematic universe, essentially. Right now, this week, there was a lot of news coming around that it looks like the DCEU is essentially gutting the Snyderverse, which is the DCEU. Tuesday, it was announced that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is no longer moving forward. Like, that's done. It's over. They're no longer doing Wonder Woman 3. They're citing creative differences. But from what it sounds like, James Gunn is looking to reboot the entirety of the DC movies. That's unfortunate. Let's be fair here. Wonder Woman, the first one, was excellent. I think Wonder Woman is one of the best comic book movies ever made at this point. I think it's a top 5 for me, for sure. But 84 did not do very well. 84, a lot of people were not happy with 84 as well. So there was that problem. Also rumored is that a sequel to Black Adam isn't happening. It didn't make enough money, which, okay. Like, I kind of expected that, but that sucks. There is no contract right now for Henry Cavill to return as Superman, even though he returned as Superman in Black Adam. For what it looks like now, Aquaman 2 will probably be the last DC movie. We have The Flash coming in June, and right now, Aquaman 2 is coming December of next year, is what the timetable looks like right now. And if that's the case, I mean, that's really it, I guess. But here's what I'm seeing right now that I think might happen. Here are the two scenarios I see going forward. One, whether it sells huge or not, The Flash will not get a sequel. Ezra Miller will not return, and the last Snyderverse movie, DC movie, will be Aquaman 2. And they're just going to start over with an entire new universe. Which will also mean that all roles will be recast. That includes Superman, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, etc. The Batman will get its sequel. They've already agreed to a sequel to The Batman, which is the Pattinson film. But that's it. They're going to reboot that as well. Scenario 2 is if The Flash and Aquaman 2 does so well, they will have some sort of story as to why Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa's character looks the same, but the other characters don't. Maybe The Flash tears a hole in the time-space continuum that leads them into another multiverse or another space and time that has these heroes, but they all look different to a certain extent. They go forward from that. Either way, it looks like James Gunn is rebooting the entire DC universe, is what it looks like. And what they're going to have to do, I think, is they're going to have to start with somebody other than Superman. Like, they need to do what I think the MCU did. MCU didn't start with its big guns. It didn't start with X-Men. It didn't start with Spider-Man. It didn't start with Captain America. It started with Iron Man. I'm going to make a bet here. I think they're going to start with Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern. It makes sense for a number of reasons. First, Hollywood's all about diversity quotas, and Jon Stewart is the Black Green Lantern, so that tracks. Jon Stewart's also a very light Green Lantern, so I don't think anybody will have an issue with Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern, especially with how many people hated the Hal Jordan one with Ryan Reynolds. So I think that will happen too. And honestly, a good Green Lantern movie would jumpstart the Gunn DC universe pretty quick. Like, if there's a good Green Lantern movie after the disaster of the last one, that will do wonders for the new DC universe. So, in my mind, that's where I think it's going to head to. It's going to head to DC is going to reboot the entire thing. I think, honestly, regardless of the sales of The Flash and Aquaman 2, the Snyderverse is done. I mean, when you have a brand new set of creatives who want to make their mark, they're going to scrap everything else that was there, regardless of how successful it was. And let's be fair, too. I think the best two DC movies was Wonder Woman and The Suicide Squad, the James Gunn directed one. Like, that was really good. But other than that, that's it. Man of Steel was okay. The first Justice League sucked. Dawn of Justice was kind of bad. Like, this was... And they announced so many different DC projects that didn't go anywhere. It probably is a good idea to just cut bait and move on. And I think the best way to do that is with Jon Stewart as Green Lantern. But we'll see on that. James Gunn hasn't confirmed any of this. He said that some of it's right, some of it's wrong, some of it we're not sure yet. Which is really, he hasn't confirmed a damn thing. So, but I will say this. The DC, if they're really going to do a DC universe, a DC film universe, which I was really hoping they weren't going to do that, but if they are going to do it, they have to start with a bang. And I think John Williams' Green Lantern would probably be the best one you can go with. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes on that end.